Okay. Hi, everybody. Sarah, why are you hiding behind a doll?
Because my spirit is now in this haunted doll.
I see.
You heard it here, folks. Also, welcome to Ghostly Gossips, episode 12. Doing a number 6 of Haunted Oregon. Yeah, I'm your host, Professor Amethyst.
I'm the co-host, Sarah Azure, Queen of the Damned, Dread Goddess, possible vampire.
Hello. That's all you're getting.
Now this is Ezzy,
One of our
aka
special guests.
Hades.
They found me in a trash can.
Didn't you say that last
Some
week?
Random Joe Schmo they found on the street.
Yeah,
Pie is a
there's-
pie. They found him in a bakery.
Yeah, we found pie recently. We also had to keep away all knives away from Pie because for some odd reason he'd get all the knives.
Yes, he spawns
That's
them.
because Derpy can't have them.
He spawns them.
What? Why?
Because I said so. No knives.
I don't want a knife.
Explosives are perfectly fine. Just no knives.
Oh, okay. So you'll trust me with explosives. Wait, is that because I'm more likely to take myself out?
Something like that. I need to step
it's
away for a
because
moment.
When you do use them, you know exactly
I'll
what
be
you're
right
blowing
back.
up.
Oh, this is fair.
I will be back momentarily. Something appears to have been spilled in the other room.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, there's only two things that I'm good at in shooters: melee and explosives. Holy fuck, that smile. That is one creepy ass smile.
Who's smile?
Just look at my stream, you'll see.
So your own?
Yeah.
Because the plushie doesn't smile.
I'm gonna fix that. I think it's cheek squid. We'll put it like. Did I do it right?
I don't know, didn't you? Smile's a lot subtler now.
Yay! Alright. Okay, so there we go. Felt weird seeing the smile being that big. I felt like, is it Momo, the creepy thing with the long neck and weird face and the big smile?
Yeah.
Felt like Momo almost. Yeah. I'm much cooler than Momo.
I love how now typing in Momo does not just only give you the creepy thing.
What does it do now?
It also gives you the Dandadan character.
Which one is Momo? I don't remember.
The one that the brown-haired one, not the one
The
that thinks
girl?
they're the main character. There's two girls, well, three. The one that almost gets assaulted in the first episode.
You're really narrowing that down by a lot. So the girl,
Yes, the girl.
the first girl.
The first girl, yes. Okay, I'll just send you an image so that you fully know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly who I was thinking. And now I broke my eyes. My eyes don't blink anymore.
Congratulations.
Just staring off
Would that
into
mean you've been
space.
stunted by beauty or something? I don't know.
I don't know. I should probably fix this. Yeah, I've help. Help.
I will never help you. You must learn to help yourself, Derpy.
Help.
Oh, plus, I'm also a plushie right now,
I'd
so I
like
can't
to help
really
you, but
go
I'm
anywhere.
kind of preoccupied by corrupted wolves.
Help. I gotta go fix this. Okay. Is it working? Yeah, it works.
Anyway.
You guys get to see my weird blinking.
Well,
Anyways, I got
because I'm still playing on Once Human.
way off track, and tonight we are talking about University of Oregon and Eugene, Bush House Museum, Applegate Trail, where apparently in our series it's gonna be the first one where we talk about a cryptid.
Ah,
Can you guess which one?
that's
What?
that's.
Did you say pass?
Yes, I said pass. I don't want to guess.
Hi, can you guess?
I was distracted. Say the question again.
What's gonna be like the first cryptid that's gonna be mentioned in this?
Oregon, probably. Oh, what was the? Fuck. I don't remember the name, but I can describe it. It's one of those weird ones where it knocks on your door and expects a present, but if you don't give it one, it will just occupy your home for the rest of your miserable life.
You know what? I'm kind of curious about that cryptid though now, but no. It's actually a very famous one.
You got Sasquatch.
Yeah, Bigfoot, whatever. I don't know if they're the same thing. I'm pretty sure they are though.
Man, could ask Ezzy if he's here, but he's dead. I killed
Yeah.
him.
And then we got Silver Falls State, which I figured would be a little bit more haunted, but I guess not. Only like 2 events happened. And then Liberty Theater.
Mm.
Yeah, we're starting to get into like where like I actually had to toss out one of the areas because it was there was actually no reported hauntings and nothing I could find. I was like, okay, why is this popping up in my list? Ugh. People. Anyways, so we should start off with the ones that we're supposed to do last week, but we didn't have the time, which is University of Oregon and Bush House Museum. And we're going to start with University of Oregon, which is located in Eugene. Didn't we do another school in Eugene?
I have no memory.
I do not remember. Too much time between each of these. But yeah, no. This house was founded. Because a house was founded, definitely. Alright, so this school was founded in 1876. And the University of Oregon is the state's flagship institution. I have no idea what that means. Can someone explain it?
It means it makes the big bucks.
Well, yeah, colleges are just expensive.
And you're expected to go to them. Even though they don't teach you shit sometimes.
I know. But yes, the campus also features several historic buildings, including, University
Like
Hall.
the bear room.
Oh my god.
Hmm?
University Hall. I love the formerly known as Deddy Hall.
Diddy Hall?
No, Dead E Hall.
Daddy.
Oh.
Okay. I was like, Diddy. Obviously they changed that.
D-E-A-D-Y Hall.
I was gonna say it's either Diddy, Daddy, or Dead. One of the three, and
Yeah.
two of the three are bad. It's like, yes, where did you go to camp at? I went to Daddy camp.
I went to Daddy camp. And then you got Villard Hall, both constructed in the late 19th. Oh no, wait. Yeah, late 19th century. 19th century is 1800s, right?
Oh my goodness.
I think so. Yeah.
I'm choking.
Stop joking. Get that dick out of your mouth.
Yeah.
It's a piece of chicken.
Why would you have chicken dick in your mouth?
Get that cock out of your mouth.
I'm going
Can you
to
just take a moment
invert.
to appreciate the fact that I just got a deviation at less than 1% chance.
Congratulations. Congratulations, Pi. You get a scratch off. Maybe you'll be able to get enough money to retire from the military. Doubtful,
That's
but it might
very
happen.
Knowing my luck, I will get that scratch off and receive 5 cents.
Yeah. But then it has a cemetery right next to it. Pioneer Cemetery, which I think we did talk about for here.
I think so, yeah.
We've talked about like 6 different pioneer
I-
cemeteries, Surfy.
I know, but I
Oh,
think we
yeah,
did the
yeah,
one
we
in
talked about
Eugene,
one.
actually.
I don't know. Did we?
I think we did. I mean, all I have to do is just pull up the...
Pull up our
previous-
past scripts.
Yeah.
Pull up the receipts.
I'm doing it. I did it. I
Show them the Carfax.
think it was... Okay, so that one doesn't have a cemetery. No, that one's Salem. Maybe I don't have this one saved here.
Well, I guess we gotta talk about it. It's right here.
No. I definitely do have it saved. I just didn't have it saved in where I was looking.
All right, well, if we find it, we can do a quick summary of it.
Yeah.
If you find it. And if you can't find it, we can summary it anyways.
Pioneer. You know, they really like the word pioneer out here.
But to be fair, I mean, it's Oregon. You got the Oregon Trail, where all the people who died of dysentery and like herpesiphyllage from eating raw bison went.
Yeah.
Would you rather sound fancy by saying you just found it, or that you pioneered it?
By the way, it means you're old, dead, and you have bad hygiene.
You know what? Fair enough.
Probably risked dying of dysentery.
Oh, you almost certainly died of dysentery. You were not getting past 40.
Yeah, dysentery was yeah. Big
And here's the
issue
funny
back
thing
then.
is, here's the funniest thing is, you want to know what the cure for dysentery is?
What?
Drink Gatorade.
Wait, really?
So literally, there is no cure for dysentery. Once you get it, you got to ride it out. So you need to drink Gatorade for the electrolytes to keep hydrated. You basically need to keep more water in your system than you're able to shit out. So you need to stay hydrated with like electrolytes to keep your energy and sugars up. Otherwise, you're going to shit yourself to death. That's
How
what
long does
dysentery does.
dysentery last?
It varies. You won't know till you're done shitting yourself to death. That's literally the message. You won't know till it's done.
Just think about it like this. All right. At least you know you're clean for anal afterwards.
Yeah, but you're going to wish you're
wouldn't say
dead.
That.
I'll be like a slip and slide up there. I'm doing this while I'm eating.
But yeah, no, yeah, I
Totally
can't
not
find the script,
desensitized
so-
or anything.
So I'm absolutely desensitized. I'm not like Neko.
yeah, and then we also have
You missed
MacArthur
the
Court,
sarcasm.
also known as Mac Court, which opened in 1926. And it was an indoor sports venue for decades, apparently.
Yeah.
But
I heard that Sears Tower's in Washington, isn't it? The Sears Tower, that's Washington, right?
Yeah.
That's in Seattle.
think so.
yeah, I think so.
Apparently that's haunted.
I mean, a good portion of the country is haunted.
I mean, that's fair. We're lucky we don't see like deer ghosts everywhere from all the people who hit them with cars.
It's because the chances of an animal becoming a ghost is actually very low.
Well, yeah, of course it's very low. Why else do you think we see dinosaur ghosts when the fucking meteor obliterated 99.99% of the country?
I would love to fucking see some dinosaur ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
Just in the middle of the night, just see a raptor's head peeking around your bedroom door in a ghostly form. That sounds fucking awesome and scary as hell, all at the same fucking time.
I mean, that meteor treated Earth like a fucking hand sanitizer the bacteria. It killed 99.99% of all life on the planet.
But yeah, and now the hauntings that have happened here. People have reported seeing a bride floating in the cemetery right next door.
Bride?
Yes, a bride.
Would you call that a lady in white?
Well, see, here's the thing. We don't know if she was wearing white.
If she was a bride, I would assume so.
But, so,
That's more of a modern thing, actually.
yeah, wearing white is, like, supposed to be a symbol of virginity, apparently. Or purity.
No, it's a symbol of purity.
Oh, I mean,
I'm surprised people care about that these days.
some people do.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, some
Shocking.
people care too much about it.
You know what? If I ever get married, I'm gonna wear a black dress.
Black dress, that means you're a
pure to
widow.
me. It's for other things, not for weddings. But then people have also heard bagpipes coming from the cemetery.
I think that's just a local Scotsman having a blast while no one's looking.
You know what I think? I definitely think that we have done this one, Sarah, and I lost the script for it because
Oh,
there was a cemetery that we did that had a lady in white and bagpipes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
We're reherding old ground. Let's do it again.
But yeah, and then people have heard grunting and wind-like noises in MacArthur Court.
That's just the homeless people fucking.
Actually, I'll give them this. Actually, when it comes to University of Oregon, the chances of you actually have to dealing with homeless are very low. Only because the security is quite tight over there.
Wow, so not homeless people fucking. That's just the college students fucking.
Yes.
Delightful.
Probably,
Ask to
yeah.
join in.
Yeah, and people have reported seeing apparitions at this place. And there's also been reports of a skeleton being discovered.
Well, look, the odds of digging anywhere people have lived and finding a skeleton is
No, this was
actually
in the
pretty
basement.
fucking high.
This one was in the
Oh.
basement.
I just find a dead body in the basement.
A skeleton, at least.
In the wall?
Yep. I don't know about wall.
I was
That's
say that
just-
I fucking.
this is just a rough, like, this is what has been spotted here. Now we're getting to the actual reports.
I was say if it's in the wall, that's just a fucking. Oh god, what is it? Cask
And the
of
walls.
No. The cask of Amarnatio. Like a lot of people reference it these days, like the skeleton in the wall still beating heart in the floorboard.
Okay, wait. We'll get to the skeleton one back because it does show up in the paranormal reports. I did write that down. All right, students have reported seeing the spectral bride floating among the tombstones at the cemetery right next door. The bagpipes were also heard, and there was no visible source of the bagpipes.
Ah.
You think a
So-
self-respecting Scotsman in America will let you see?
Yeah. So the witnesses over at the MacArthur Court for the grunting and wind noise. These noises
Yeah.
happened in the basement, despite the fact that there's nobody in the basement. There is no draft or air vents in the basement either.
Yeah, that's just the mole people.
Mole people. Mole. Now, Prince Lucian Campbell Hall. Wow, that is a fucking mouthful. Why couldn't they just? Oh wait, they did. PLC.
Yeah, some people do love
PLC
their
Hall.
acronym.
Has been the site of reported apparitions and feelings of being watched. Some accounts suggest these experiences may be linked to past incidents that have happened, including the bombing in 1907.
What now?
Or no, not 1970. Not,
I was like 1907, so they're just rocking with dynamite?
I mean, dynamite's been used for quite a while.
Well, yeah, dynamite's been used since forever.
Yeah, but no, 1970 was when the bombing. Yeah, they still use bombing.
Yeah, dynamite's used in a lot of quarries, but it's
Yeah.
fairly controllable.
Now we get into the skeleton bit. The skeleton was found in the basement during renovations.
Yeah.
So, and no one knows who it is or the origins where the skeleton came from.
Did it have flesh, or was it like an old
It
skeleton?
was skeleton, like full on skeleton. No
Fair enough.
flesh, nothing on there. Just bones in the basement of University Hall.
Now the question is, did they confirm it was a real skeleton, or was it one of those fucking hyper-realistic fakes?
That was not mentioned.
Ah.
As a basement, they'd absolutely shove one of them fake model, like an anatomical dummy skeletons down to the basement. And some
would.
people, some people back in the day did donate their actual real skeletons to universities
Mm-hmm.
for use like that. Well, that could have
Oh,
been a
yeah.
real skeleton, but on campus for actual like science purposes instead of just, oh, somebody got killed and shoved in the basement and forgot about for 37,000 years.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, people do that.
Some people do that, then they have their corpse sold to the military to be exploded.
I know what I want done with my body.
Yeah, no, like somebody, their grandmother was donated to science specifically for like disease research stuff, cells and like
Mhm.
Alzheimer's and stuff. And then it gets turned out that no, the university sold her body for like $100 to the military, and then they blew it up.
I mean, once you sell the body, you have no control what happens to it afterwards.
Oh no, that's absolutely like there was no control over that, but still, it's just like $100. That's how much a human corpse is worth.
Probably
They weren't
more.
mad about that. They weren't mad about what happened. They were mad that the university gave it up for $100.
I mean,
I
It is
know
a-
Considering,
my body's
like-
worth more than that.
But considering like the average human kidney is worth like $50,000.
yeah, but
used.
that's healthy.
I mean, that's fair.
This person's dead and old, which most likely means they went through kidney failure.
Dead and old. I'm sorry.
My goodness.
What are you, my goodnessing about, Mr. Fanatic?
These cipher costs
For what?
for electrical power.
Oh.
That shit got expensive.
That's capitalism.
Yes, that is capital.
Like, you don't understand. By a factor of 10.
Yeah, that's
expensive.
capitalism. That's capitalism for you. They're going to make you bleed for that shit.
But
And
yeah,
then say, oh, sorry, you can't build that. So what other freak shit happened in that university?
honestly, I wasn't able to find any more.
Really? Nobody got murdered?
I mean,
Well,
it
it's
was the
just
bombing
because
in
it's a
1970.
university.
I'd say that count as.
At least attempted murder.
I mean, I'm sure. Wait. Bombing.
Now I just realized one of these days we're gonna have to cover a topic that'll absolutely get Durfee put on a list of researching it.
All right. Let's see. ROTC building was nearly burnt down. Let's see.
It's an old building in a state that's old.
There was no deaths from that bombing.
That's impressive. Oh wait, any injuries?
I'm not seeing anything on it, any injuries either. On the sounds of it.
That's impressive.
Uh, Sterling Hall bombing? No, that's Wisconsin. That's a different one. Yeah, there's not a whole lot on this bombing. Honestly,
I just realized, since we're going to be going state by state, we're going to get to hit Wisconsin or like fucking Montana, and there's going to be fucking nothing because like 5 people total live in those states.
you'll be quite shocked.
Well, there are 5 people total because everybody else is fucking dead.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm haunting the state.
See, what's really
You know?
going on over in those states is it's a battle royale.
Is that just Skeleton Wars? Is that where those are hosted?
Yes.
Yeah, all battle royales are hosted in Montana and Wyoming.
Well, I mean, when we get to is it Yellowstone, the dead no man's land?
Yeah.
Thing along the strip. That one will be interesting because that is going to be notable enough to cover.
So that one, there may not be a whole lot of shit going on there that we'll have information on, because
Well, all I know is that there was apparently a string of really brutal murders that happened back in the day along that stretch of lane, purely because, due to the way the state jurisdictional laws are written.
Yep.
Yes, Yellowstone, all of Yellowstone falls into the jurisdiction of Montana. However, that specific spot those murders were in was outside of the state bounds, so it fell under the overall judicial rule of the other states. And those two states, you needed representatives of the state the murder was committed in. And so basically, one of those really weird gray areas.
So that little strip is under Montana's purview.
Yeah.
But the issue is the way how Montana is set up.
It's like locals or
true,
some shit.
Yeah, it means locals, and nobody lives there.
I think they outwardly stated there's exactly one person who lives out there because they're like one of them fire watch people for the state park.
Yes.
And they can't leave their station for any reason.
Yeah.
Until their shift ends. 6 months after the fact.
Yeah, no, it's basically the only reason why you can why in theory you can get away with murder out there is because there's not enough people out there to pull for a jury.
But here's the thing, they changed that, so apparently that strip, yes, it's in Montana, but now apparently if you commit a murder there, it falls under federal jurisdiction.
Yes.
Because of how remote it is. They did alter the way that shit's handled to account for those things. Because yes, there was a string of incredibly violent murders back in the day in that exact area.
Yes.
They never caught the guy either.
That would have been funny if they did. Like, dude, you murdered a bunch of people out there. How the fuck did you get caught?
Because he bragged about it.
Look.
Honestly.
Let's just say this. The criminals that get caught are stupid. All right. Smart criminals don't get caught.
Well, see, smart criminals do get caught sometimes. The Unabomber was apparently incredibly smart. His brother was the stupid one. His brother snitched.
You see, that was the thing. That's what makes him not a smart criminal. Because if a smart criminal gets caught, they're now stupid. Being a smart criminal means you stay away from the police and you don't get caught.
Here's the stupidest thing is apparently that guy's brother, like, he didn't tell anyone. The brother saw a single Facebook post and immediately went, "Yep, know what? I bet you my sibling's a terrorist."
God damn!
Literally, one Facebook post.
How does that one work?
Do you ever hate your sibling so much you want to throw them under the bus and then and there for no questions asked, go straight to jail, do not collect money?
No.
Also, wasn't a Unabomber a 90s thing?
Facebook was around in the 90s. Late 90s.
No, it wasn't.
No, it
Was
wasn't.
it not? When was it made?
Around that time was actually MySpace. And even then, that was.
Hang on. I gotta look something up.
And even then, I think MySpace was like late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, early 90s was AOL.
Mm-hmm.
MySpace was 2003. Facebook was 2004. Also, here's something else. It was actually that. Here, I know the Unabomber story slightly. The Unabomber story is actually that Unabomber posted his manifesto and whatnot, and his brother or brother-in-law or something, I can't remember what it was. I know it's like some
sibling
brother
of some sort.
Yeah. Was very much. It was like, hey, oh, wow, that all sounds very familiar. Like a bunch of the shit my brother said. And then he just went, wait, where's my brother? I think my brother's the Unabomber. And then he reported his brother being suspicious and possibly the Unabomber. Like the the only truly smart criminal I know of is the Zodiac killer, but also he's
Yep.
fucking dumb also.
Yeah.
Oh, here's the funny thing. Apparently, they found him after he died.
Yeah, but here's also the reason I say he's dumb. The entire reason people couldn't find him and couldn't decode his fucking one of his notes was because he was so dumb that he mistyped or wrote the fucking cipher thing.
But basically,
Nobody
they would have
could figure
caught
it
him.
out.
They would have caught him easy had he not been illiterate.
Kind of, but also
At least they would have had an easier time tracking him down.
they would have had more cat and mouse games with him because he would have gotten bolder, probably, being like, "You can't find me even with my notes."
Yeah.
Thus making him slip up and becoming the idiot he actually is in reality. It's just people see him as smart because they.
Well, yeah, no. Apparently, I guess apparently he died one day, and when they were doing the body recovery, they happened to just like put his DNA in the system to see if they had any next of kin. Turns out his DNA matched like all of the crime scenes.
Oh.
Yeah, they found him. He was dead. And then somebody made the joke of, "Oh no, Ted Cruz died? That's awful."
Yeah, and then also we know who Jack the Ripper is.
Yeah. Yeah, but it took way too long for them to figure that out. I think
You would
Jack the
think.
Ripper falls in that smart criminal one.
To be fair, Jack the
Also-
Ripper was from like this fucking Victorian era, wasn't he?
Yes.
It's also easier to be smart with when in the past.
I was like, it's easier to be smart in the past, but all you got to do is know how to read and occasionally wash your ass. It's like technology didn't exist to the state it was today. So like no cameras, no surveillance, no DNA tracing.
Well, we should probably do a Reddit story before we go.
Yeah, we probably should.
Okay, Sarah, regale us.
Okay, lots of stuff.
I need to find one that isn't 72 paragraphs.
Jesus, that's a full-on book.
Give it to me. Give it to me real good. 72
Therapy, the
paragraphs.
ghost-
Let's do it.
The therapy, she's not gonna fuck you.
The ghost?
Yeah, no, the
Yeah,
ghost
go.
isn't gonna fuck you. The ghost has standards.
I don't want to fuck
Yeah.
the ghost.
That's a lie, and we all know it.
No, I don't want to fuck the ghost.
That's a lie, Derpy.
No, I don't want to fuck the ghost.
Yeah, you're correct. You want the ghost to peg you.
There we go. You got it right.
My imaginary friend was not imaginary. One night, my dad could hear me speaking loudly, so he came to check on me. I was 6 or 7. He found me at the end of the bed, talking to absolutely no one. When he turned the lights on, I got startled and leaped under the covers. He asked who I was talking to, but I didn't want to say. I'd been talking to my imaginary friend. He'd asked me to please not tell anyone about him because he didn't want to leave. I remember clearly seeing him, a blonde kid with green eyes, who told me his name was Y. I tried to be quiet because I didn't want my dad to come back.
Hold on.
Hang on, Sarah. How do they spell that name?
Yeah, I want to know.
The letter Y.
Okay, then.
That's a demon.
That's definitely a demon.
That is a fucking demon.
That is going to be short for like the greater fucker or something.
Yixla, greater fucker.
You.
Continue.
Once I got caught again, I started keeping a diary where I would communicate by writing my questions and answers so nobody could hear me. Y told me some horrible things about his parents and how they were a part of something really bad. He told me that if I looked through the socket in the kitchen above the oven, I would see where they put the ones they helped harm. So I did. My dad walked in on me as I was literally looking through the socket and saw stained glass, like what you would see in a church or something. He asked me what I was doing, and I got really scared and told him what I saw. He looked and saw nothing. He reassured me nothing was in the wall. He later found
Oh.
my diary, and it was
That's a red
disturbing.
flag.
Yeah. He started asking questions about why and telling me that I didn't have to be afraid of telling the truth. So I told him why he told me about that the bodies are under the house. My dad was generally terrified, so he started to research our property. Turns out, our home was built over a church graveyard during the Second World War.
Oh, that's
I
gonna be some
never
cult shit.
saw or heard from Y again.
Yeah, that was definitely a demon.
Honestly, yeah.
That was
Or
definitely...
maybe not a demon, considering it was built over a church graveyard, which would have been theoretically holy ground. But once the church is gone, it stops being holy ground after like what, 50 years?
Yeah, I think so.
It wears off after a while.
And not every church is holy ground, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, not every church is holy ground.
Yeah, it's gotta be ordained.
And depending
And
on when
also has to be run by somebody that actually, follows and believes in the deity rather than being a hypocritical piece of shit.
Yeah.
So you're telling me 0 churches in America are holy ground?
Not fully. There
Okay,
are...
I'll say the fuckers in the Bible Belt are probably holy ground. 'Cause even if they're hypocritical, they do believe in that book.
You know what? That is fair. They do believe in that book,
Like,
even if they
belief
are.
in the book doesn't matter.
But no.
It's the fact of truly being holy.
So I would say back in like the before modern era, the churches would they were like legit churches. They weren't like super.
Oh yeah. And I would also wager say any church visited directly by the Pope is probably automatically holy ground because he's the Pope. He just kind of sweats holiness,
Yeah.
apparently. I would say the older the church is, the more likely it is to be holy.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is why they burned down the cathedral in Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. What did they do
Yeah,
to deserve that?
They were Gothic.
Back when being goth was uncool.
Yeah, look, being goth was never uncool. It just changed. Actually, no, I should say no. Like 2005, being goth was cringe.
Man, so I was cringe.
Were you goth?
I was.
I'm still mad that I missed the brief window of time where the hot topics in my state were still like pure turbo goth
Yeah.
instead of just being pop culture.
I got to enjoy that part.
I did not. When I went to the mall when I was 10, saw Hot Topic. I was like, I want to go in there. It looks cool. And I was told that's not for you. That's not for teenagers. Like, what do you mean?
You know, I'd understand if they said that to Spencer's.
There was a Spencer's like right around the corner, and I was allowed to walk into Spencer's. They just told me to stay away from the back wall.
Yeah, because like if they were to say that for Spencer's, that'd make the perfect sense. But for Hot Topic back then was metal music,
Metal and goth. That was it. Punk.
Yeah, punk.
And now it's fucking pop culture and pop culture and like depression.
Yeah, emo culture.
Not even emo culture anymore. It's just culture.
Yeah. It went from goth to emo to pop culture.
Makes me sad because, like, I guarantee you I would have been able to get a pair of thigh highs that fit me properly. Little studded arm thingies. Oh, I would have been set.
Back then, probably not. I don't remember ever seeing thigh highs at Hot Topic.
They sell them at Hot Topic now.
Definitely now. Yeah, I can see them now. But back then, I don't remember seeing thigh highs. Thigh highs wasn't like super big back then.
Fair enough. Anyways,
back
story
then for the
time.
goth was like trip pants, metal shirt. piercings.
Like, I've always been goth. It's just I've been a light goth. I've been goth light for most of my life. Like dark clothing, sweatpants, graphic tees. Really into metal. No, not goth. Punk. Punk would be a better word.
Okay.
Now I'm more goth. You know, I like the ring. Where did my ring go?
I stole it.
How did it get off my finger? Go back on my finger.
I mean, I still love goth stuff.
I was like, no, I am a goth. Like, I like, if I could find a choker that would fit my fat neck comfortably, I'd wear it 24/7.
So I'd say I'm goth, but I'm not goth. I'm gothic.
You know, you're Victorian gothic.
Because legitimately, if I could, I'd dress like my character. I'd wear the fucking blouse.
See, Sarah wants to wear one of the dresses that have a skeleton.
No, I don't.
You don't want to wear one of the skeletal dresses?
No, in fact, this is one of the reasons I identify less as I identify as non-binary. It's because I've realized that, except for like some exact dresses, I do very much prefer wearing pants.
No shit. Did I say you'd be wearing only the dress and nothing else? No.
I'll wear booty shorts.
I'm in booty shorts actively right this second.
I'm in nurse pants right now. I love them.
Shorts.
Yeah, I'm in short shorts. I got my arm warmers on. Naruto shirt.
Yeah, I'm in the pants that you would see nurses in. I'm in scrubs right now for my pants.
Like the little parachute pant things.
No, like scrubs, like from the hospital,
Murphy, why are you wearing scrub?
because they're actually comfortable.
Yeah.
Aren't they made of like exclusively nylon?
I'm not too sure. I didn't really care. I put them on and they were really comfortable, and I'm like, I like this.
Derpy, rub.
It also
Derpy.
depends on whether or not you have gotten quality scrubs or not.
Yeah.
True. Rub them between your fingers. Does it feel like a book bag?
I think these ones are 100% nylon.
Probably, because they kind of feel like a book or a duffel bag, maybe. Like a slippery kind of plasticky sensation.
I would say no.
Because like 100% nylon is usually like a slippery, plasticky, almost
I'll
artificial
check
feeling.
after stream, and then I'll post it in Discord so that way whoever's watching can know.
I'm gonna say, yeah, the tag on the back of the pants would probably tell you, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I do know I cannot wear these at work because they would melt.
They melt.
They would melt because nylon, if anything with my nylon melts and gets stuck to the skin.
Derby, how hot is it where you work?
It's
You work
not
in hell.
it's not so much that, it's more of safety reasons. Like if a fire breaks out.
Yeah.
True, you did say your microwave was actively possessed and trying to kill everyone in the guard shack.
But no, one of the things is due to the fact that I work at a steel mill for security, the furnaces
Very
and all that.
non-zero chance it explodes.
Yeah, pretty much. Like it is a non-zero chance that it explodes. There's a non-zero chance that my guard shack will not
Spontaneously ablaze.
Yes.
You know, you work at a steel mill. I wonder if I've ever had one of those like negligent discharges of the steel. Like you see all those like videos where it like suddenly goes
Yes.
spaghettify.
Yes.
Those are apparently incredibly dangerous.
They are, and you need to hit the emergency stop for them. For that one popular video that's going out, we've had that happen recently.
Yeah, the one where like it like bounces just a millimeter and then suddenly goes fucking haywire.
Yeah, no, we had one when they were going through, they were putting it through the roller, and it split off the end, and it was just spewing it up to the ceiling.
Yep, that's the kind of thing.
Yep.
I've seen one of those on Live Leak. Don't ask.
Yeah, no, that right there is pretty much the plate was put on wrong on the roller.
So it wasn't
And-
aligned, wasn't affixed.
Yeah, it wasn't aligned properly, and it ended up, and it does a lot of damage to the roller.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of those videos on Live Leak. Don't ask.
So But yeah, no, it's extremely dangerous.
Yeah. I've seen one where literally like it starts happening, and then they swap to a camera, and it's literally going out the fucking window of the factory, careening into the parking lot.
Ugh.
So it had that much velocity. It basically sprung, then the steel bent at an angle and went out the window, shattering the glass and spewing out the window from the velocity.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna start the ads now, and then we'll go into the next one.
Yeah.
Okay.
On that happy, friendly note.
See ya. We'll see you guys soon.
And I'll be right back.
Who will?
Steal the doll. Steal it quickly. Steal the doll. Steal it.
Put the doll in the jar.
Put the doll up. Wait. Sorry.
I mean,
you
the doll is technically sentient, so.
You reminded me something that I added.
Derpy, do you have a jar redeem?
No.
Oh. Behold.
How did you? Is that yours?
Yeah, it's in live 2D. It's just one of the default things.
What the hell? Yeah. What? Your Wait, did I not put it in?
Hmm?
Okay, I don't think I added the prop. Okay.
What's your prop?
I plead the fifth.
Derpy, you have a jar.
I found it. You watching my stream?
No.
I probably froze. Totally don't have a jar.
Derpy.
Totally cannot add liquid to it either.
Derpy.
Yep. I'm just gonna do this. Oh. Perfect.
Derpy in a jar.
No, Derpy's not in a jar.
Derpy's in a jar. Derpy's in a jar full of liquid. It's full of liquid.
Like you full of liquid, Izzy.
Lewd.
I'll make you drink all the water.
Oh no!
Wait, you're fighting with water. You're on Echo.
Yeah, I'm saying I'm not an echo. I'll
But
drink
yeah,
water.
Sarah, if you watch the stream,
Yes. Why are you in a jar?
people can put me in timeout.
I don't think you
funny
want.
about that jar. Your eyes do not go on the inside of it.
You know, I
Your
don't
eyes
know.
not
My
comprehend.
eyes do that a lot for a lot of things that are transparent, and I don't know why. I think it's the way they're being rendered.
Probably.
This work?
No,
I'm seeing if this work.
no.
Oh shit! I think it worked. Hey, it works.
I don't know what it is.
Maybe he's powering up.
Yeah,
He's over 9,000.
it is attached to my head. It is attached to my head though, so it does this.
So, that's when you attach it to your hips. But we are doing Bush House Museum next.
Yes.
And welcome back,
Zambi.
everybody. What? And this place is located in Salem, Oregon. Yep. Man, we're going back and forth between Eugene and Salem a lot.
Yeah.
Wow.
But this place was built in 1877-78, whatever the hell that means, by the Bush the Second.
Bush the Second.
I'm not gonna try to pronounce that first name.
Oh, how you pronounce his first name is George?
No, it's definitely not George. It starts with an A.
Is his middle name Bush?
I don't know.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
But he's one of the founders.
Bush.
Ashal Bush.
Ashalush.
Salush.
Kawebo.
I give up. But they are one of the founders of the Oregon State Men's Newspaper and co-founder of the Lad and Bush Bank. I don't like him already. He owns a bank.
He handles money. Tell him.
Kill him. Give him like the
Kill
rest.
him.
But the building is
Tell
a
it what the
Italianate style mansion. Whatever the fuck that means.
An Italian what style of mansion?
Italianate?
Italianate. Don't you know what an Italianate is?
Hang
Nope.
on.
I like.
Oh. Oh, huh, interesting.
Wait, I gotta look now.
Give it a Google. Almost plantation housey. In fact, I'd wager to say that's exactly the style of building, like a Victorian plantation house style.
Huh. Actually, it actually doesn't look half bad.
I am down on the money though, like Victorian style plantation home.
Yeah, that's exact. I'd say more Victorian than plantation, though.
Well, I was saying plantation because like a lot of those old plantation homes have like those really broad porches with all the pillars.
Yes. The plantations usually go with that style, but I'd say more because plantations tend to homes tend to stay like white.
That is true.
Keyword is tend, not guaranteed. But Eugenia, oh wait. Oh wow, it had central heating and indoor plumbing.
And what year is this?
1877 and 78.
That's impressive
That
to have both
is.
of those items.
Yeah, it's like it's
one or
usually
the
one. It's usually
yeah,
one or the other. 'Cause that stuff
to get
is
both, that's a lot of money.
that was expensive back then. Then people would usually go with like plumbing over heating.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bankman for you.
But he wanted the good shit.
But yeah, someone by the name of Eugenia Bush was diagnosed with schizophrenia and was institutionalized.
Institutionalized?
Condemned.
Yes, that word.
Condemned.
At the age of 18, but returned to the home later on in life. Maybe
Yeah,
the
the crazy
child.
thing is, in that era, like being called schizophrenic usually was dealt with just copious amounts of opium
Or what was lobotomy.
or lobotomy, or in the case of women, vibrators.
Yeah.
Because female hysteria was treated with sexual gratification back in the day.
Yeah, I can see that. But the Bush family resided in the home until 1953. And then it was converted into a museum. Why it was converted into a museum? Who knows?
Gotta say, that don't seem smart.
It seems weird. Honestly.
You're telling me
Oh.
they
Oh,
made
that's
a
why.
museum out of an insane asylum?
No, it's not an insane asylum.
Yeah.
It's a family home.
Oh,
But
fair
the
enough.
property has a Bush Barn Art Center and Conservatory. There we go. That's why it's a museum.
So it has like museum stuff.
It has an art center and a conservatory.
Ah.
What's a conservatory, though?
Well, it's typically plants. So like a conservatorium's usually for like plants and
Okay.
let me Google it so I don't sound like an ass talking out of my butt.
Yeah.
What, talking out of your ass?
Conservatory. Definition. A room with glass roof walls, typically attached to a larger building, often used as a greenhouse or sun parlor. Typically used for like preserving or growing plants year-round out of their native range.
Okay.
Oftentimes full of butterflies. Like the conservatorium at the zoo in one of the zoos in my states, the butterfly house. Neko could never go there.
Okay. Well, I learned something new today. Again.
You typically see conservatories at like botanical gardens or some other place with like a massive like botanical like division.
Yeah. So, yeah,
A conservatory is also musical. Is also used for music.
I can see that.
Because do you want to know what the North American English definition for conservatory is?
Yes.
A college for the study of classical music, literature, or other arts.
Too many definitions for this word. Too many.
English is a rat bastard language, and I will die on that hill.
But let's continue. You got bigger. You grew. Sarah, why are you growing too?
I don't grow.
She's not a grower, she's a shower.
TMI.
No, I am a grower, actually.
TMI! I don't need to know this stuff. I will forever remember this is the issue. And it will randomly
Come
pop
on.
up in
This
my
little
head
monkey can
at like the
grow in
worst
string.
fucking moment.
Right. Get my foot away from that.
But yeah, no, so that is the history of this place. Now the hauntings here is apparently okay. Yeah, no, it's the youngest. That Eugenia person is the youngest daughter.
Ah.
Man, I really should like make sure I put like extra information in the historical background so I'm not confused there.
Honestly, yeah.
But yeah, they think there's been apparitions of her throughout the house, which makes sense. She was schizophrenic.
Oh, so she was so schizophrenic. Her schizophrenia manifested after her death.
Yes.
Interesting.
And then people would hear female voices and cries throughout the house. I'm thinking that's pretty much her.
Potentially, yes.
Oh, and the thermostat. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the dad. The dad. But the thermostat would like if they changed the thermostat, it get changed back to normal automatically on its own.
Don't touch my thermostat.
And then people have reported shadows, and when they go to the area where the shadow is, there's a cold spot.
Well, I'm sure that has a perfectly logical explanation. Demons. It's full of demons.
Yeah, and then apparitions of the man in 1800s attire will show up randomly throughout the house.
1800s desires.
Attire.
I don't think we want the 1800s desires, Derpy.
I don't want to know.
Those are racist.
I don't want to know.
I'm pretty sure those are racist.
I'm pretty sure too. And then light anomalies happen near the conservatorium. And they're thinking it's linked to Octavia Painter. What the fuck is it? Okay, now I gotta look this up.
Also, wait, yeah, you can look at this building. You can just see which definition they're using for conservatory by looking at the building. Is it a big room of plants, or is it full of old, musty music sheets?
Okay, I'm looking.
Hey, Sarah, your possessed doll is passing out.
All right, yeah, no, I don't know. I'm not looking up anymore. But yeah, so apparently light anomalies happened at the conservatory, and they thinking it's linked to the Octavia Painter, whatever that means.
Ah.
I look up Octavia Painter, and I get this Instagram or someone who calls himself Octavia Painter.
Interesting. Don't click it. You'll see like thoughts or something. Instagram thoughts.
Can you not lie?
What?
Can you tell the truth?
No, I speak only lies.
And I only speak in confusions.
Say, Derpy speaks in riddles.
No, I just speak in
Riddle.
confusion because I'm always confused.
So if you only speak in lies, that means you can tell the truth.
See, Pi gets it.
But
Yeah, I want to see a subversion of that fucking like only tells lies, only tells the truth, and just have the guy who tells lies be telling the truth, but it is a convoluted, ass backwards, falsehood-filled way.
So you know how I made the remark about the father or the father in the thermostat? No,
Yeah.
it was the daughter doing it.
The daughter was stingy about the fucking power
She
bill, huh?
likes to apparently show up near the thermostat, which is known to adjust on its own.
That sounds like it could end up being a really expensive power bill.
Why is that, Ezzy?
Yeah, see why that?
Sarah, why did you grow?
I'm a grower.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
let's make jokes.
Yeah. And then
Comedy podcast.
yeah, and disembodied voices have been being heard throughout the entire house of screaming and cries.
What the fuck are you squinting at me for, bitch?
What do you mean?
Your little doll had like one eye squinted, one eyebrow raised. Like, what the fuck you doing?
But yeah, no, Yeah, and they're attributing them to Eugenia, like I thought. Male, he's been also okay. You know, the male's also been seen right by the thermostat too.
I see.
So both, so they're fighting over the thermostat. That's what they're doing.
Hot, cold, hot, cold, hot, cold. I don't give a shit. Pick one. You're ramping up the power bill.
Oh, okay. Apparently, Octavia Painter was like a family member.
Isn't this like the Bush household or something?
Yeah, yeah. They were a family cousin apparently. And they would tend to the plants in the conservatorium.
Okay, so it's the botanical definition, not the music definition.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be, although, I kind of like the name Octavia. I didn't actually think they'd use that as some people's names.
Yeah. Octavius was a decently common male name back then.
You know what? Fair enough. So, Ezzy.
So Octavia would be the female counterpart.
Can you guess which cryptid is going to be mentioned in this stream?
Oh, well, let's see. Not West Virginia, so it's not Fat Ass. It's the Pacific Northwest, so I'm gonna go with aliens.
No.
Bigfoot.
Yes.
Interesting. Elaborate.
Well, we'll get there. All right. So we're going to Applegate Trail now. Now, unfortunately, this area actually covers multiple states. I tried to narrow it down to Oregon, but some of the stuff it happens in the border of California and Nevada too.
Are we going to have to cover this fucking trail multiple times when we get to California and Nevada?
No, there wasn't a whole.
Or should we just cover everything now and just say addendum? We covered this thing previously.
Yeah, we're covering everything now, and because it's mostly in Oregon where all this stuff is happening. There's like
just wait till we cover the Appalachian Trail. It covers the entire
East
side
Coast.
of the country.
Yeah. Wait. Yeah. That's the East Coast.
That'll be fun.
Oh yeah. Wait till we get to the cryptids around there too.
I mean, to be fair, like going off the whole thing of like people going missing on the Appalachian Trail and superimposing the number of unmapped cave systems on the Appalachian Trail, the fucking dots line up 1-to-1.
You also got the West Coast version of that too. It goes from Mexico.
What, the Rocky Mountain Trail?
There's one that goes from Mexico all the way up to Canada.
Interesting.
And it's not. I think some of it's on the Rocky Mountain, but most of it's not.
Yeah, no, the Appalachian Trail is exclusively on those mountains.
Yeah. And people have gone missing on the Pacific Trail.
Well, yeah, I mean, it covers the entire country.
Primarily in, I think, Northern California, actually.
It's just the feral lions that some dumb fuck released.
So exotic.
Yeah.
I'm joking about that one. I was joking about that one specifically, but yeah, like if you Google and like an exotic animal, I guarantee you someone's released a herd of those into California. There's a herd of zebras, a herd of giraffes, a herd of camel.
But so this trail got a lot of like history to it.
Murderous
Hold
history. Oh, Drippy left. There, I think Derpy's being abducted by aliens.
Sorry, I heard like a loud ass noise all of a sudden.
It's the Sasquatch.
I also had to
Sam Squanch is coming for you.
But yeah, no, the creation of this trail happened in 1846 by Jesse and Lindsay Applegate.
Mm-hmm.
And their son apparently died on the trail. Or
Suspicious.
no, they were devastated by the loss of their son, Morton, on the trail of the Columbia River.
Oh, did you fall in and get swept away by the river demons?
I'm pretty sure, because the Columbia River is actually a pretty dangerous river.
Well, yeah. As far as I
Even
know, don't people
before-
use it for like whitewater?
I'm not
Use
sure.
parts of it.
Yeah, because they now have dams in the river. So. But, yeah, no, and then some other people helped establish it, primarily Levi Scott and some other people. Now, the route has a lot of branching off. And I mean a lot. I've actually seen the whole route of the trail.
Here's a funny thing. The Appalachian Trail is more or less a straight line. Every one of its branch offs leads to a city.
Yeah, no, this one, I think the Bonneville Dam has a map of it.
Well, let's take a look.
If I remember correctly, I think let's see.
Applegate Trail map, Oregon.
Yeah, wow, yep. Yeah, Bonneville Dam has a map of it.
I can't. That was a fucking dud of a search. That was useless.
Yeah, but no, it branches off a lot. Like, there's the Californian Trail,
Everyone's favorite,
the Mormon
Dysentery
Trail.
Trail. Everyone's favorite trail, the Mormon Trail.
Yeah, the Mormon Trail just ends in Salt Lake City.
Hey, Sarah.
Yeah.
There is everyone's favorite, the Oregon Trail.
Yeah, no, this is it actually is a part of the Oregon Trail.
There's the California Historical Trail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so. But yeah, no, it like branches off at the foot at Oregon Trail, branches off the Oregon Trail at Fort Hall, Idaho.
Ah.
So that is the official start of the Applegate Trail, is Fort Hall, Idaho.
And then it just kind of.
And then it splits between the California and the Oregon Trail, or the Applegate.
Yeah, looking at the maps online, it kind of like stretches pretty far inland.
Yes. But yeah, the northern pass goes through Nevada's Black Rock Desert. So no, this is like, when you go on this, I actually kind of want to hike this trail now.
Derpy, you would die.
I would.
Yeah, Derpy, you die.
It's not even that something would kill you. You would just die from being
But yeah, the
out of shape.
challenges along this way is you got to endure extreme conditions like desert heat, mountain snow, lack of water, and confrontations with the Native American tribes back then. And the infamous Blood Point Massacre happened near this, where a wagon train was ambushed by Modoc warriors.
Oh, them Indians, the Native Americans murdered a lot of people on this trail, huh?
Yes.
Obviously, America.
You know, that's fair. Murder is our national pastime.
Yeah. Now, this trail heavily influenced the settlement of southern Oregon and northern California, though.
So is this where all them pioneer cemeteries came from?
Yes.
Burn it down.
And yeah, so now we actually did cover one of the places that we're going to be talking about in here with, I think, last week. It's Wolf Creek
Oh.
Inn is
Oh
along
yeah, we
this trail.
covered that.
Yeah.
The one where I said, yeah, no, that's like the I-5, like right there.
Yes. Yeah. So we already talked about that, about how like roommate is like has the most paranormal activity, doors slamming, cold spots, moving objects, phantom piano music.
The author of the titular childhood novel White Fang.
Yeah. And disembodied voices and all that.
And how that the guy totally did not die here, but they still market the fact that his ghost inhabits this building.
Yep. And then we got the Charles Applegate home in Yoncalla, Oregon, which was built between 1852 and 1856, which is one of the places, and they say the family that lived there still haunts the place. Yeah. Then you got Fandango Pass, which is on the California-Nevada border. And there's a lot of legends involving wagon trains and lost lives, possible hauntings around that area. But no one's been able to confirm it. So, I mean, that one's interesting. Now, in 1974, that around, you know what? They don't exactly specify where there, but it is in Oregon. There was a 18-inch human-like footprint reported being seen near the trail. Now, 18 inches for a foot is massive. And this is where, like, then there was a steel trap built to capture Bigfoot, but it has only ever caught bears. And locals still report hearing strange howls and figures in the woods till this day. So, yeah, Bigfoot is apparently in that area. And then he lures bears.
Squinch.
And then he lures bears into the steel traps. Like,
You're saying Bigfoot's making the bears gay.
making the damn bears gay. But yeah.
Yeah, no, Alex Jones does not need any more attention.
Yeah, and the person who discovered the barefoot trap.
The
traps-
barefoot?
No, barefoot, like as in like.
Yeah, the bare feet traps.
No, the tracks. Like the human like feet, foot track.
Just use
like
the word
18 inches.
Sasquatch therapy.
Yeah, Sasquatch. Bigfoot feet. Prince was named Perry Lavelle, and he was a miner in the area.
Miner as in young or miner as in coal?
Coal.
Yes.
Well, probably gold around that time, but yeah.
Yeah, there are gold in them there hills.
And it is a hotspot for Bigfoot sightings, apparently.
That is one thing I've always kind of wanted to go do is take a camping trip and do the Bigfoot shit.
Bigfoot.
It's totally not an excuse to scream nonsense into the woods and seeing what happens.
Yeah. Now, I am going to say this, though. A lot of the places that we're going to be having popping up are going to be, like, not a whole lot of information, unfortunately. We're getting down. We're scraping the bottom of the barrel before we get to Crater Lake. I may even skip the rest and just go say, screw it, we're going to Crater Lake. I want to check out the other state parks that are there, see if they got anything interesting. So, now, do you want to do a Reddit or shall I continue? Because we got like 2 more.
Let's just continue.
Okay. So now we got Silver Falls State Park in Marion County, Oregon. I actually kind of want to go here. I saw pictures of the place, and it looks beautiful. But I don't know how to pronounce that. Sarah, you can pronounce it for me.
Can I though?
Yeah, maybe. It's Indian tribes. Mainly the first one.
Kalapuya. Olala.
Kalapua and Molala. Yeah, those tribes were like, that is their like ground at the time. I don't think they're there anymore. And later became and then it became home to Silver Fall City. And it was a logging town in the 1888. That's a lot of eights. But the town has never had a centralized cemetery. So most of the buildings there are also cemeteries. Like they would bury the people on the property, their own property.
Oh, like that. Okay, I was kind of confused.
Yeah, so, and I don't think the buildings are there anymore, actually. I don't know. I would have to go and walk there. But the site was chosen by President Roosevelt for development under the Civil Conservation Corp, leading to the construction of South Falls Lodge and other park infrastructure. Wait, Roosevelt was in the 1800s? Oh, no.
Family name.
That's his family name. Like,
yeah, but it says President Roosevelt.
We had two different President Roosevelts.
We did.
Theodore and Franklin.
Yeah, we had Teddy Roosevelt and
I knew about
FDR.
Teddy. I didn't know about Franklin.
Teddy is the one that was in...
Not at the museum.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, okay, but yeah, no, it's 1935, whichever Roosevelt that one is. I think that one was Teddy, actually.
No, 1930.
Yeah, that happened in 1935.
1935 was Franklin.
It was? Oh. When was Teddy again? U.S. history has never interested me, so.
He was 1901. Wait. It's 1901 to 1908.
Oh, okay. Well. Now I know more, and I'll promptly forget it because U.S. history really does not entertain me at all. I know more about European history than I do U.S. history.
FDR is one of the only ones that got 3 terms.
That explains a lot, actually. Okay, but yeah, so yeah, but now there's like literally only 2 events that have happened here that have been reported. There was an EVP session with a voice calling itself Phyllis when it was responding to investigators in the area near the long abandoned bathroom building, which has been removed apparently.
Probably for safety reasons.
Most likely for safety reasons. And then a Reddit user described an encounter of unmoving eye shine near the YMCA chapel, noting it stayed completely still despite the the silhouette and lights. Though it was suspected to be a deer, it was too abnormal to say it was a deer.
Well, see, here's the thing. That one could be ruled out right then. Does it say what color the eye shine was?
Unfortunately, no.
Because it wasn't a human, because humans don't have eye shine. We're the only species, we're the only mammal species that lack it.
Huh. Oh, and this place was used for filming. Just Before Dawn in 1981, The Haunted in 2003, and Twilight in 2008.
Interesting thing, yeah, the eye shine thing. Yeah, humans, our eyes shine red in photographs because we don't have the layer at the back of the eye that calls eye shine. So it's just reflecting our retinas.
Yeah.
Which is the same reason like we see spots of bright lights because we don't have anything to protect the inside of our eye. It's the reason why a lot of predatory animals have like a red eye shine, because they have certain low light things that protect their eyes, but they only reflect a certain color light. Cats have green eye shine because they have excellent night vision. They have a very thick reflective layer at the back of the eye. A lot of birds of prey also have a green-yellow eye shine. Owls have red.
Also, I'm gonna have you do a Reddit story because this next one's even smaller.
Okay, so read.
Okay. I shall read another story. This one is called Family of Four Died in My Arms.
What? Who just starts a conversation that way?
A lot of people.
I was a registered nurse for 42 years, 17 years as a hospice resident nurse, and 5 of those years I worked inpatient pediatric hospital in a 10-bed facility caring for newborns to 17-year-old terminal ill patients. This was one of the most memorable patients for me professionally and personally for the vast amount of love that was shared between the family and myself. I worked in an AIDS inpatient until the unit. Why do I keep on reading that until? It's almost as if I've got dyslexia. Unit in the very early 90s. When the patient was a lovely woman who had given the disease to her husband and very young son. The mother was so sick and treatment was scarce for the disease back then, because obviously it was.
Okay.
The mother was a saint. I'd have to give her so much medication for nausea, so every day after school the daughter could eat with her mom. The mom died very quickly, then the boy, then the father. The girl went to live with her grandmother. Our AIDS unit closed due to funding. I moved on to another hospice care facility working with terminally ill children. Time went on, and it turns out even the little girl had AIDS.
So going off of that logic, the father gave it to the mother, and the mother, through childbirth, ended up passing it down because it's a blood disease.
And yeah.
Yeah, because it's either that or the alternative answer is a lot worse.
Yeah.
I guess blood transfusions could have done it. There are several explanations. None of them are good.
From reading further parts of the story, it seems that it is. Testing wasn't that great back then.
Yeah. No, back then, no. It was really bad back then.
Yes, now to the actual ghost story part of it.
That wasn't the ghost story?
It was not. The little girl told me to let her cat into the room. Her grandmother said she had no cat, but she insisted Oscar was waiting for her outside the glass door. I opened the door, and in came a black cat, jumped up onto the bed, curled up with the little girl. The grandmother said once again she had no cat. It was hospice, she loved the cat, and the cat loved her, so we let Oscar stay. He would come every night and leave in the morning. I had such a strong feeling this was not just a cat, but some strong spiritual being there to comfort the little girl. And alas for her family dying. I even spoke to the cat. Not a real cat, are you? I get a strange and wise look from Oscar, and felt that I was in the presence of true love. Was this an angel? Her mother? Both? Then, the night she died, Oscar stayed with her. Just a few minutes after she passed, then he left and never returned. And then the rest of it is just that the person basically says that, yeah, it seems that Oscar there was a supernatural entity.
Oh. So,
Yes.
I was looking over some achievements in a game. You want to hear the title? You want to hear the name of the achievement?
Yeah.
I sent it to you, Ezzy.
Yeah.
The name of the achievement is, yep, these are geysers. Thoroughly make sure all geysers are indeed geysers.
What game is this?
Roadcraft? Yeah.
So is it jump into every geyser you see?
I'm assuming so. I haven't been there yet, so. But yeah. I do have to say though, this next building that we're doing does have a lot of paranormal activity, but it's like it's from the sounds of it, it's like just one ghost doing it. Yeah. So I don't know if anyone knows like a history of Astoria and what happened in like 1922. But in 1922, Astoria had a fire that burnt down pretty much the entire city. Well, Liberty Theater was the first thing they made after the fire. And we're now talking about Liberty Theater. And it opened in 1925. It's the first major cultural building to be completed after the 1922 fires. I should have said, yeah, cultural building. But it was designed in an Italian Renaissance style. So I think that's pretty cool. I like Italian Renaissance look.
Yes, that's a good style.
And this theater is still open to this day. It serves as a venue for live music and films and theater. Now, there is a ghost that they call Handsome Paul, because whenever he has been spotted, he's wearing a white tuxedo and a Panama hat. What the fuck is a Panama hat?
Panama hat is Panama hat.
Ah, it's almost like the fedora. Basically like a fedora. It's what you'd expect the mafia guy to wear.
Oh, the really low cut, wide brim.
Yeah.
Not quite formal, not quite casual, in between. Not quite a fedora.
Yeah, not quite fedora, but yeah.
The in-between stage, the in-between love child of a top hat and a fedora.
Yes. And they actually look kind of cool, to be honest. Would I get one? No.
I think a lot of people call those boater hats.
But yeah, no. This guy's often seen wearing a white tuxedo and a Panama hat. So. But the reports around these areas include the doors just randomly slamming for no reason at all. Then doorknobs rattling for doors that have been closed. Cold spots are happening in wherever there's paranormal activity going on. There's also a cold spot. Malfunctioning electronics like the popcorn machine and soda fountain will randomly turn on by themselves. Scratch that. Oh, there actually is another ghost there. There is an apparition of an elderly woman who will move items unassisted. Like items will just move around on their own. Yeah, and apparently audio has been captured by paranormal investigators. Yeah. And to this day, there are doors that refuse to stay shut. Also, no matter what they do, even fixing the doors just open on their own.
So what do you think would happen if they replace the doors with a curtain of some sort that is pinned in place?
Torn down.
It'll either be torn down or it'll be held open. I don't know. But yeah, no, and apparently it's like one of the more popular haunted areas that people like to visit in Oregon. Oh, yeah, and apparently the lights like to flicker too, but I'm attributing that to an old building.
That's what you say, Derpy.
Why would it not be an old building?
Maybe it's just a building with a lot of history.
Uh-huh, that's what they all say.
Are you calling me old?
You know, if I calling you old, then I'd be calling myself old, because I'm pretty sure I'm older than you.
Are you sure about that?
How old are you?
29.
Yes, I'm older than you.
I already knew that you were older than me. We're all older than Ezzy.
Well, everyone's
Yeah,
older than
same.
Ezzy.
And he's like 19, right?
No. I'm almost 25.
Hey, Pi, how old are you?
Same as Sarah.
I feel old. I'm 33.
You are old, Derpy.
I am. I'm gonna go now. Just gonna see myself out.
Bye, everybody. Derpy's leaving.
I'm out. Peace. I'm coming back.
I already left.
But we are going to end it here because we are almost at the 2-hour mark and I don't want you guys to go through another ad. So, I love you all. I will see you guys tonight. I still haven't figured out what we're streaming tonight. Remember to hit that like and follow button. It doesn't cost you anything, I don't think.
It only costs you your immortal soul, which will eventually end up with me. I'm the queen of the damned. Your dread goddess.
I mean, if it costs them their mortal soul, I'm keeping that fucking soul, bitch.
You can't have my soul. I sold it for one corn chip. It wasn't even a good corn chip. It was soggy.
I am keeping it and petting it. It has become my pet if they give me their soul.
You're gonna
in jars.
Derby's gonna put this. Yeah, so Derby's gonna put the soul in the jar.
I don't know what you're talking about. What jar?
I can't lean in, so
I can't lean in either. But I will see you guys tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific time. Bye.
we're going to do grass growing simulator.
I'm gonna look to see if that is an actual game.